I got you. Let it rap real quick. Look. The city eyes, it's time to vote God. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, when tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls till you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times two. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. We colder than the avalanche, way above average. Fierce taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Shall become a man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evans through a mall quad, telling me how the crackers turn this child into a ghost town. Focus out, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Round with Yahanna, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence,
Shalom, YAHANNA. Isupk, Charlotte, can y'all hear me?
Come.
Most high in Christ. Fayetteville, Kawhi, you hear me, bro?
I can hear you too. Wow, you sound good.
Most high in Christ. What about Goldsboro?
Check.
Because Salaki, can you hear me?
I hear you just fine.
Is there a feedback, Salaki?
Nah, no feedback, all is well. I see we got young man Henry up here too. What's going on, bro? Shalom, YAHANNA, Shemel, Shabakatah. Hey, Kawhi, let me know if you're ready to roll.
Yeah, how about you? How was that, Barakatah?
Okay, you got something?
No, I'm good, bro. You got
right.
it. Are you ready?
Yep, clap it up.
Most high in Christ.
I'm Israel. Yahweh Shema Shabakatah, Yahweh Shema, Yahweh Shema, all the brothers out there watching. Of course, it's the I.S.U.P.K. Started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander YAHANNA. No, we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group, Black group, or church. We stand alone. This is 1969. We think that all so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians are the real Jews of the Bible. The Israelites, Christ came and died for only. And tonight is a Monday night scripture breakdown class / history class. Of course, in UPK fashion, we're taking any questions that you might have throughout the week. Write them down and ask them. You understand? I want to give a big shout out to Nashville, Tennessee for the Dirty South Cookout they held this weekend. It was glorious. The brothers and sisters, man. They showed extreme brotherhood and sisterhood down there, man. All the kids running around playing, great food. Oh man, they had a soul food cupcake. A soul food cupcake. It was like a cornbread with mashed potatoes and a piece of spicy chicken on top, the shape of a cupcake. I said, good night. Man, that's the first time I've had that before. And it was glorious, man. Of course, Nashville's a nice city to see our people down there, man. We're looking forward to, Lord willing, the Christ don't return before then, the cookout in Houston. You know what I'm saying? End of the month. It'll be October 27th through the 30th. So go ahead and start making arrangements now. Come support this truth. Donate to the I.S.U.P.K Houston page. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it on. Anybody got any questions in the room?
Nothing here in Durham.
Anybody got any questions online?
Check.
Say again.
No questions online at the moment.
All right, cool. No sweat. So what we got? I got.
That's like I did.
You got a question, brother? Go ahead, ask him.
I want my
Your mic on?
check.
There you go.
Salakia. Where would be a scripture to cut like my aunt when they say she asked a question basically, when did Jesus fulfill the law basically?
When did Christ fulfill the law?
Yeah.
The question was, when did Christ fulfill the law? Brother said his aunt been, you know how Christians do, how we all got done. We came into the truth. All of us, assumingly, unless you're an atheist, which means still you're a Christian anyway. All of us left the Christian church. You understand? Coming into this truth. Of course, you had to battle some friends, aunties, mamas, grandmas, everybody. And his brother's question was a question we've heard a million times. When did Christ fulfill the law? When did Christ fulfill the law? Where can we go to find that answer? First of all, does she understand the purpose of Christ? Baruch 4:1. Would that be one? The law doesn't do it forever, but he speaks specifically on Christ. A Christian Baruch 4:1, they're gonna ask you, where is that at in the King James Version? I don't know no Baruch at. They ain't gonna hear nothing about it. They don't know about the Apocrypha. Christian church don't use the Apocrypha. So where would you go to young man? Where would you start out at? Where does it say Christ came to fulfill the law? First of all, what does fulfill mean? Somebody look that up. That word fulfill is very important. You get the right proper context of the word fulfill, that cuts every Christian. Mr. Dr. Right have go ahead, Yarmut.
I got the scriptures, Matthew 5 and verse 17.
Read when you got it, brother.
1 second. You got it?
No, I got Romans 3:31.
Hold on.
Matthew 5 and 17 is a good one. You can start there.
Matthew 5 verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets.
Think not. This auntie got to understand. Christ didn't come to destroy the law that Moses established, or the prophets such as Moses. You understand? Our forefathers, the ones that wrote the New Testament. You understand? The ones that wrote the Old Testament. This book was recorded by priests and prophets, inspired by the word of God. Christ didn't come to do away with none of that, because you got to understand something. Christ learned from the Old Testament. New Testament wasn't written yet. So that's the law he didn't come to do away with. Go ahead, Yarmut.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
This is what Christians think it's okay to be gay, right here. Christians think it's okay to eat pork, right here. See, Christ came to fulfill, brother. Fulfill. That means he did it. So he did it so we can be free. They don't understand what that word fulfill means. If you got the Merriam-Webster dictionary, it's on page 505, if I'm not mistaken. Go ahead, Rick, look it up.
This is the Webster Merriam Dictionary of Fulfillment.
Now remember, when you look at a dictionary or look up a word, find it. There's different meanings and there's context also. This scripture here said Christ came not to do away with the law, but to fulfill. So go ahead. What is the definition?
This is a verb, to put into effect. B, to meet the requirements.
To what? To do what?
To put into effect.
To put into effect, man. Isn't that what Christ did? Ain't that what YAHANNA came to do? To put something into effect. Actually do it. Go ahead.
B, to meet the requirements of a business order.
To meet the requirements of a business order. That's good. Go ahead.
To measure up to. D, to bring to an end.
To measure up to. See, they skipped to that last word. To bring to an end. See right here, brother. I got you. To bring to an end. They totally skipped the first 2 or 3. It should say execute in there, underline, capital letters. In the Merriam-Webster dictionary, if you look that up, it says to execute. You understand? Christ came, he executed the law perfectly and flawlessly. Why? To show us that we can do the same. We can do the same in our fleshly bodies, having the feelings and emotions and fighting our flesh. Christ did the same, he was tempted in every way. Christians believe that Christ fulfilled the law, which means ended. then they take you into Luke or Matthew. Oh, well, see, right here is nailed to the cross where Christ died. That's not true. Christ did not nail rape to the cross. Christ did not nail eating pork to the cross or being gay to the cross. Christ didn't nail fornication to the cross. You understand? Ask anybody that. Just ask the pastor. Pastor Willie, can I sleep with your wife? I guarantee he'll say, no, brother, that's wrong. Well, according to what law, Pastor Joe Willie? Go ahead.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead, brother.
If I could, because it's so heavy, and this is one of those, this Christian dogma, once you come to the truth, you see how silly it is once the truth comes out.
Right.
If Christ came to do away with the law, then why did he teach men to follow the law? Like, it wouldn't make no damn sense for Paul and Peter and the rest of the disciples to know how to follow the law if once he died, the law is done away with. What point would it be? You understand? It's just stupid that Christians think that Christ came and gave his life so that we could all do the same thing we was doing in the first place.
Right.
Right,
get that, brother. Hey, he's so right. It's head scratching, mind boggling how silly and stupid that logic is. To think that Christ came on the scene and taught to not keep the law. Then what the hell was the point of him coming in? What did he die for then? He could have kept living and eating pork and having sex with your wife.
Right.
So that's all you gotta do is ask any jive turkey pastor. Can I sleep with the first lady? Yeah, Miss Mabel with that big ass hat and that tight dress. Can I nail her to the bed since the laws are nailed to the cross? No, brother, slow down. So that's what he's gonna tell you. Because he's a disgusting liar. Go ahead.
And what sense does it make to say you didn't come to destroy something, but you came to end it? Like that, they
right?
The same thing.
Right. This whole thing about the law, it shows you what kind of person. Right. Go ahead. It shows you what kind of person what kind of people that are in this Christian church and how they're being lied to by that disgusting pastor. Just the whole logic and reasoning behind why they think it was fulfilled already. That's like total anarchy. That Christian church, anything goes. What's the point of getting baptized if there's no law? What are you washing away, Pastor Joe Willie? Why are you baptizing little kids? Right here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. What was that? Trinity Christian Church? What was it? Fayetteville Christian? I think it was Fayetteville Christian Trinity. What school was that? Northwood Temple. There's a school in Fayetteville, North Carolina called Northwood Temple. Do you know this teacher said she was moved by the Holy Ghost to baptize 100 kids without their parents' permission? And she said she would have did more if she had the time. Yeah. Kids would call her home like, Mama, I need some dry clothes. What the hell you need dry clothes for? You're in school. My teacher baptized me today. In the school pool. Can you imagine your child calling you home? Daddy, hey, Daddy, would you piss yourself? No, Daddy, I got baptized today. What the hell is that? But I thought the Christian church teaches the law was done away with. What are you baptizing for? What's the point of getting dipped? It's ridiculous, man. You understand? And some of these questions, bro, I'm gonna tell you, man, when we all came into the truth, you'll get certain questions like that. If you just read Matthew 5:17, well, you go talking about he said Baruch 4:1, the law endureth forever. You go to Revelation, all those who keep the law shall enter the kingdom. There's so many scriptures proving that the law is not done away with. The reason why they're trying to battle you on that because they want to keep smoking cigarettes. They want to keep having sex with white women. Now, usually, if it's a man asking, it's because the man knows that he don't want to give up white women or his dreams about Korean anime. And one day getting a shot of sleeping with a Sinai heathen. Yeah, he done watched all that Death Note. He's got to have a heathen. And if you question what you tell him the laws are in effect, he can't.
It's lucky, sir.
I put the weed down now. Go ahead.
I had another verse as well, another precept for that too.
Go ahead.
I had Galatians 6:2.
Oh yeah, go ahead. That New Testament. That's great. Go ahead, hit him with it.
All right, this is the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 2, and it reads, "Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ."
So read it again.
It's the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 2, and it reads, "Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ.
That's right, man. You understand? Bear one another's burdens so you fulfill the law of Christ, man. Didn't Christ bear our burdens when he got fashioned and whipped and ridiculed and spit on? Did he die? All those times you had sex with that girl at your job that you called your work wife, and you found out there's no such thing as a work wife, that you're a disgusting fornicator, you sleep with somebody else's damn wife, which is called what? Adultery. You're a filthy adulterer. Christ died for when you didn't know. Christ died for that old thing. Christ died for what you did, not for what you're about to do. So the minute you hear a priest and prophet of I.S.U.P.K tell you that you can't smoke weed, he died for all those zips of Reggie you smoke. He's not about to die for that blunt of sun rock that's in your mouth right now. All the time he ate pork, he died for that. He's not going to die for Thanksgiving coming up, for eat grandma's clothes. Damn. Go ahead, brother.
So like I got another precept that I like to hit the Christians with, because they like to act fuzzy on the law when you mention the law.
Right.
But they all love to throw that word sin around though.
So they do.
I hit them with 1 John 3 and 4.
Oh my goodness. I think I got that right there on my staff. Engraved. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 3 verse 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresses also the law.
Right.
Go
ahead.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Man, that is so bedrock, and it's so elementary when you first come into this truth that you must understand what sin is. Just that scripture right there and identifying what sin is proves that the law is not done away with, because sin is a transgression of the law. Like you see a brother walk through the door, he got his hair dyed purple. You may not like it, but what's the sin in that? Ain't no sin in him dyeing his hair purple. I mean, he looks stupid. But where there's no law, there's no sin. But Christians, everything is expedient for them to do it. Christians want to do everything and not be corrected on it. You know what I'm saying? And then, if they preach that the law's done away with, you just get more tithes, get more members. That's what it's all about. Christian church is one big hustle, brother. And the longer you stay in this truth, you'll figure that out. It's quite simple. You know what I mean? And it's foolish, a foolish thing for, if a woman asks you that, right? If a woman asks you that, then just, especially a Christian woman, ask her why she left your father because he had other women. Ask her that. You know what I'm saying? Ask her, has she ever had an abortion? Ask her. Mama, I saw those cigarettes, the Newports in your drawer. Mama, you eat pork, It's ridiculous, man. Make them explain themselves. Show them the dietary law. Teach them. You play offense on them. You ain't got to defend it all the time. Make them prove that the law's done away with. Any more questions? Go ahead. When Captain I Thought gets here, if it's anything, we can't answer, he'll handle it. Or if any other brother has an answer, feel free. Go ahead.
Check. Salaki, sir, this is sister, is it Itsu Mora?
Yitsu. I think it's Yitsu. That's Officer Ayathan's daughter. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. She said, Salakia, sir, it's my first time fasting for the Day of Atonement. Could you give me advice on how to manage, and what will happen if someone who is fasting is to fail?
Okay, so back in the Old Testament, even the spirit is the same. You were cut off from the people. You didn't keep the Day of Atonement. That's how serious it was. There were certain offenses that you did in the Bible when the priest, the Levitical priesthood was here. You got put to death for some things. Some things you got excommunicated from the people. But the Day of Atonement, some tips would be to hydrate, and also you're not going to eat or drink. Okay, you're not going to eat or drink on this Day of Atonement. Now, this does not include the elderly who are up in age, that have medications and all kind of health problems, and this does not include little babies and children. Let's talk about full-grown, healthy adults that can do this Day of Atonement. You're going to atone for your sins. If you need some help or motivation, think about all that pork you ate. Think about all the times you did something disgusting and sinned against the Most High God. That's going to motivate you through that day, because you should have died for it. Some sins you should have died for. Go ahead.
Slacky, Captain I Thought is ready.
And with that, we'll pass the class over to the captain of 13,009.
Tawada. Shalom, Yabashim Thumb. All right. The first question the brother had, let him rephrase the question again. One more time. I'm gonna come to the sister.
Salakia, my question was from my aunt. She said, when did Christ come to fulfill the law?
Okay, when?
Concert.
Does she go to church?
Concert, she does.
Okay. So does she believe that Christ came?
Concert. She believed that when Christ died, was he fulfilled the law?
That he did what?
He fulfilled the law when he died.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. So she believed that when Christ died, that he fulfilled the law when he died.
Concert.
So like the brother was asking, what you're gonna have to ask her is if we could now rape. Just ask her on that. Can we go there and rape now? Since Christ nailed the sin to the cross. You understand? And what you're gonna what's the Akim, what's the major thing that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people have a hard time with? First off, you gotta ask yourself, can blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, can they read English? Answer that first.
Count on one count, sir.
They could read English. Right? Good. And that's one off the checklist. So what seems to be the issue? I think Kowal was hitting on it. What seems to be the issue with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians when it comes to accepting that the laws are not done away with, basically? Because the precept you pulled was on point. All right, come on.
Salaki, sir, would it be Salaki, if I may, would it be obedient, sir?
Let's see. Not so much obedience, but there's something with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. After they read it, something has to happen.
Salaki, sir. The pastor that's breaking down these things are lying to us.
No, that is known, but I'm talking about you personally. Just think you personally.
Salaki.
When you first heard the truth, right? What had to happen? Come on.
Like you gotta develop a conscious reading comprehension and all of that good stuff. You gotta comprehend what you're reading.
So you telling me when black people see Christ came to fulfill the law, they do not understand that?
I can't explain it no way, sir.
It's like a phenomenon, right? This guy just something you can't explain, but you can't explain it. You could explain it because you know what I mean. They could read English.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
So are you saying how they play on the word, the only word in the scripture that they think means that the law is done away with is to fulfill the law?
No. I'm trying to get you all to understand why it is they read it. Come on.
Stiff neck. We stiff neck, stubborn people.
That's a good precept to go to. But I'm talking. I want to talk it in layman terms.
So it's like,
come on.
Well, because Christians, they want to be able to do whatever they want without being judged or without feeling guilty about it. They just want to just do whatever they want with no.
So give me one word. Give me a word.
Liberty, freedom.
Come
on.
You hear me, sir?
Yeah, I hear you. Perfect.
Change.
Get that brother a hand. Because remember, when you walk in the door, right? When you walk in the door, and you saw brothers sitting down, raising a hand, asking questions, it was what to you? It was like, what the hell going on here? Everybody, doing things a certain way. They're not, they look rough, but it's a kind of order to things going on in here. And what tends to happen is you're gonna have to accept the change. and Christians don't accept change. If that Christian recognize that he has to put that snout down, it's a problem. If we were to open the doors right now and say you could eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobsters, brother, them classes will be filled. The classes will be filled. You understand? Right, young man? Does your aunt eat crab, shrimp, pork, or lobster?
Sure she does.
Yeah. So when she said the laws nailed to the cross, it means I could eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. That's why when you go ask her if you could rape, she's going to look at you like, you know what I mean, like she go how to call the cops on you. She gonna look at you, you know what I mean, out the corner of her eye, like, nigga, is you crazy? You know rape is wrong. Well, and eating pork is wrong also too. Laws. Laws is laws. What precept am I talking about?
The other one.
Huh?
Talking about Matthew 5 and was it say 1 John and 1 Tittle?
No. That tells you that he didn't come to change any law that Moses set up. Right? The laws that Moses set up in Matthew 5, he said he didn't come to change any of them.
Salakia.
Like not one jot or one tittle in no wise shall be you know what I mean, taken from the law. Come on.
James 2 and 10, sir.
Read it. That sounds about right.
For whosoever Salakia. For whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend in one point, he is guilty
yet
of all.
offend in what?
In one point. He is guilty of all.
I don't rape, I don't smoke weed, but I eat pork. Read it again.
For whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all.
He is guilty of what? Of all.
All.
You understand? Go show your hand that. You understand? The laws are not done away with, because if the laws were done away with, then you will have a what type of society?
So like you have a lawless, like the purge, anarchy.
Right, but meaning the laws of the Most High, you will have the ghetto. You understand? And that's because of what the pastor teach us. You understand? So now we rob and steal from each other. Now we kill and murder each other. You understand? Because what? Because we have been taught by the pastor, by auntie, that what? The laws are done away with. You understand that Christ nailed the laws to the cross. Come on.
I got a precept for that as well.
Come on, let me hear it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 18. For verily I say unto you, to heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled.
All right, that is it. You understand? And young man, what scripture does she go to pull that the laws are nailed to the cross?
It's lucky, I don't know.
You find that though?
No, it's not.
What's another good instant to show that the laws that Christ came to fulfill the laws?
Salakia, sir, is it a one?
Say one time.
Salakia, sir, it is a one.
No. There's another instant where Christ what you call it again? Where he basically explained what he came to do.
Sluggy, sir. When they were about to stone that woman?
Yes. Pull that.
Come on.
You understand?
Sluggy, sir.
Go ahead.
It was just like a quick question online. I think you just answered real fast. Somebody, a young man, Kevin, said he was wondering would today be the beginning of the Day of Atonement?
No, but we're gonna come to that, right? Because I think that was one of the questions that sister that the young sister had, right?
Come on, sir.
All right. So let's keep that on the list. All right.
Slucky, sir.
Come on.
If you break it down, actually below that, in Matthew, it actually says, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
It says, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments,
mm-hmm.
and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
Right. So what Christ is basically saying is, if you teach brothers and sisters to break the laws, that you teach them the laws are done away with, you are going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Meaning what, Akim?
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
Your Christian pastor he ain't gonna be worth much when Christ returns.
Okay. Try and paint a picture for them. What you mean?
Like right now, your Christian pastor he has a high seat. He's famous in this world, but when Christ comes back to set up his kingdom, mm-hmm. your Christian pastor may be lucky to have a janitor's job.
Now you're painting the picture.
So, sir.
Come on.
That's like Esau, or the so-called Caucasian. They in rulership right now. So say you go to the QT and you see some poor white trash bum out there, he's least in his kingdom.
Right. That's it. That's perfect way to explain also too. You understand? Like, always try to give brothers and sisters like a visual that the kingdom gonna be where? Right here on earth. And your pastor, he's going to be one of the least. And one of the least meaning we're not going to ill-treat him like, how Esau ill-treat his people. But just know that he's going to have his status in life is going to be extremely low. You have horses. He is going to be in the horse stable, feeding your horse, brushing your horse, taking care of your horse, making sure the horse dung is, is out the stable. He is going to, he's going to have the lowest job possible in the kingdom. Because the job he have here right now, he's not using it to help blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You understand? He's using it for himself. All right? You good with that, brother?
Can I get a breakdown on this topic? I know Christians might pull this to say that Christ did away with the law.
Mm-hmm.
Romans chapter 10 and verse 4 through about 6.
Mm-hmm. Give me one minute. Let Kowal read what you holding for me.
Okay, come on.
This is the Slakia. This is when this is the book of John, chapter 8, and I'm going to start at 3. Mm-hmm. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery.
Mm-hmm.
And when they had set her in the midst, they said unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Now, Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But
right. So okay, hold on. What is he saying?
He pretty much telling Christ, like, okay, well, Moses said she got caught in the very act, so she got to get put to death. We got to kill her. And they ask him, what sayest thou? So what do you say? Kind of like, they know what his stance already. They're just trying to see if he, trying to get him caught up. They're trying to jam Yahawashi up a little bit.
Right. It's not that they know his stance. They're trying to kill him. Just speak it plain. They know that if Christ say anything than what Moses said, they're going to do what?
They'll kill him, put him to death too.
Yeah, they're going to stone him to death also too. You understand?
Sir.
Come on.
I have a quick question on this topic as well. Does stoning always mean death, or could someone be stoned but not die, and that be their punishment? Salakia, I don't know.
In this case, Yermak, don't think small. Think big. Think big. You know what I mean? The stoning is not to hurt you. The stoning is to do what?
Kill.
Yeah, to kill. It must. What they're trying to do is put a gruesome picture in your head so that the next brother or sister that decides to do it, by the time they open the door to go in and do it, what should be going through their head is that person who just saw got stoned. So they won't do it.
Come on, sir.
You understand? So 1 minute. Just think, you know what I mean, with black people, if you know you just had to go through some pain for something, brother, $1, you're going through that pain act. But if you know you're going to have to die, it's a whole different mindset. You understand? And the Lord was trying to put that in the days of Moses in you. You know what I mean? You go do certain things, you'll be put to death. I mean, certain crimes had their, you know what I mean, the level of punishment. You understand? You steal something from a brother, you know what I mean, an animal, you may have to give back maybe 5 of that animal and some money. You understand? Depending on what you stole, you may lose your hand for it. You understand what I'm saying? You be a false witness. Whatever judgment was to befall that person you give a false judgment about, that's yours. You're going to have to own that up. Own that. You understand? What they was trying to do is the Lord was trying for us to do what Christ came and showed us how to do. You understand? That was the plan all along. That's why Christ was telling them this was the plan all along. You understand? Christ wants you to sleep with that woman and that woman be your woman for the rest of your life. He wanted a woman to have one man for her whole entire life. You understand what I'm saying? No, with this adultery, he wanted to make sure, the Lord wanted to make sure that the next Negro that think I was sleeping with my woman, he was going to die. He was going to meet a gruesome death. You understand? I don't know if you ever get hit with a rock in your head, it's, you know what I mean? It's not, you know what I mean? That, just picture it, it's not a slow death. You will wish it is. You know what I mean? If somebody crack you in the right place. But if you getting wet about your body until them rocks just cover you, it ain't gonna be nice. All right? Come on, somebody's gonna say something.
Come on, sir. Salaki. Also, in the law, it says that the man and the woman who caught in the act should be stoned. So, how come they didn't bring the man?
Summertime?
How come they didn't bring the man who was caught in the act with her? They said she was caught in the very act. So
right.
They mean So they mean they caught the man too.
Salaki, sir.
More than likely, just going based on the story, the woman was might have been the first to go, and then the man. I don't know. But since Christ, you know what I mean, cut them on the first, it don't make sense to stay for the second. All right? So when Christ tell the woman, go and sin no more, guess who he talking to? Who was he talking to? Just her alone?
La sir.
Yeah, you understand? That's a lesson for all of us to learn. All right, come on, Kowal.
So like I said, I was going to say also to Officer Yarmant's question, in the law, when it says stone them, it always says till they die in it. So there's no punishment that you just get hit with 20 rocks and get up and walk away. No, the punishment, the judgment of stoning is death. That's a death penalty offense if they bring the rocks out. So like,
right, you still breathing after, you know what I mean, you rubble, them stones still on you, the job ain't finished.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You have to die. All right,
Locking.
Come on.
And imagine some Benjamite or Puerto Rican that's in the major leagues throwing a fastball at your damn head.
Yeah, you done. You know what I mean? But read on with where was Cool?
Come, sir. This is the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 4. They said unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Verse 5. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou? Verse 6. This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him. But Yahushua stooped down and with his finger wrote on the ground as though he heard them not.
Right. He tried to ignore these Christian bastards. He tried to. Read on.
Verse 7. So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, he that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her.
All right. So which then, you know what? He was giving them what? The opportunity. He gave them the opportunity to do it. He never said what? The law's done away with. That's what I wanted to hear. But he cut them with this. Read on.
Verse 8. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. And they which heard it being convicted by their own conscience went out one by one, beginning at the eldest even unto the last. And
what precept Yahawashi went off of? When he said that any of you who have not sinned, cast the first stone.
Slug it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Judge not, lest you be judged one.
Mm-mm.
Okay, slug it.
That will come after if one of them had given an answer like I didn't do it. I never sinned. I'm talking about what Christ used to cut them, and they couldn't pick a rock up, a pebble up, and throw at that woman.
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
Love your neighbor as yourself?
No, because remember, Christ asked them what? Read the question again, Cole.
Con.
For the statement, I should say, the question. Mm-hmm.
Okay, verse 7. So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, he that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her.
Right, as a statement he made. Right? If you're without sin, cast the first stone.
So, like, if I may add one, would that be Matthew 7:3 with the hypocrite with the mote in that eye? With the mote in that eye?
No, that's a precept you could use. But I'm talking about the precept that Boaz pulled in James. If you do the whole law, but offending one, what happens?
You'd be the least in the kingdom of heaven.
No. Boaz, what happened?
You're guilty of them all.
You're guilty of them all. You understand? That's why them buggers couldn't do what? They couldn't cast a rock at her. You understand? Because Christ would have called them out on the hypocrisy. You understand?
That's right.
He'd have cut them. You understand? Now read the most important part here, that Christians that just fly over a Christian head.
Verse 7. He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. Okay. Want me to read down? Okay. Verse 10. No, okay, verse 9. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning.
Right. They're convicted by their own conscience because these bastards know the sinners. They just ain't doing it what? In the light for everybody to see. You understand? Ain't nobody caught them in the act. Ain't no priest kicking the door and catch them eating what? Pork. You understand? But they know they're convicted in themselves. Right? Read on.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Salakia, sir, if I could, we see that's evident today. We clearly see that the majority of our people are in Christianity, but even when you speak to Christians today, they still will say, I do see the hypocrisy in the church. I know that there's some lies in the church. It ain't all the way right. This, that, and the third, but it's like they still are just comfortable being in their filth in that church, even though they know that the Catholic Church is responsible for thousands of molestation cases against young children, even though they know, all the wicked, they know that they pastor and bishops is having sex with everybody, but they're comfortable inside of their Salakia.
Right. What you learn from that? When you speak into a Christian, you're gonna have to zone in on that one thing they don't want to give up. There's something the Christian cleaves on to that he does not want to give up. She does not want to give up. It could be money, it could be hoes, it could be pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Who knows? You're gonna have to zone in on that person you're talking to, and what it is they really, you know what I mean, they really don't want to give up. Because each one of you came in here and you had to give up something. Don't tell me you're coming here and you ain't give up nothing. You give up something. You understand? You had to, or else you wouldn't survive in here. If you stay the same, you had to give up something. You understand? A Christian is not willing to give up anything. You understand?
That's right.
All right. Read on Kowal.
Kind of one kind. And being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last. And Yahushua was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst.
Right. So Christ was there with her, and he could have what? He could have, you know what I mean, get a rock and straight smack her in the face with it. Right. But read on.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 10. When Yahushua had lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Hath no man condemned thee? She said, No man, Lord. And Yahushua said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more.
All right. Christ gave her what? What we call that?
Grace.
That's grace. And that runs out. Right? But Christ told her what? What was the most important part right here?
And what's
the most important part? Come on.
Go and sin no more.
Go and sin no more. He tell that woman, do not go and do what? Sin anymore. Do not go commit adultery anymore. Do not eat pork, crab, or shrimp and lobster anymore. Don't do it anymore. You understand? Come on.
I actually got a precept for that topic actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth.
Right. That they're speaking about what, young man?
Basically, if we already know the knowledge of the Bible, we still
meaning what?
If we don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments when we know it, then it's
that's too broad. Because guess what? A Christian going to say what? What's a Christian going to say?
They're going to say the laws are done away with.
No, I follow all the laws in the Bible. I follow all the laws. Some Christians don't eat pork, right? Not all Christians will eat pork. That's why I say everybody may not have to give up the same thing, but there's something they have to give up. You understand? You're gonna have to zone in on. Now, when it speaks about read that verse one more time.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 26, and it reads, For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth.
Right. So now, if we how do you receive the knowledge of the truth? Is that a warrior Allah?
Sir.
Who asked me? Huh?
Young man Rico, sir.
Young man Rico. How do you receive the knowledge of the truth?
So like you, sir, by coming to class?
That's it. So you're talking about what? Brothers where?
In the truth, sir.
Yes, that's who you're speaking about. You're talking about a brother walking here, or a brother or sister standing at camp and listening. You understand? They're listening. taking it in. You in class. You come to class and you learn that the Lord did not do away with the law. You understand? They're supposed to stop eating crab, shrimp, and lobster. Read on.
There remaineth no more sacrifice for sin.
You mean it what?
No more sacrifice for sin.
No more sacrifice for sin. Meaning, Christ, yes, he died for when you put the pork in your mouth when you did not know about the law. When you had no knowledge about this law, he died for that. Now you have that knowledge and you choose to still go sin, he ain't dying for that. You understand?
Concert.
He ain't died for that. So read on.
Verse 27. But a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation.
You understand? Meaning, when you come in here, Ark, you learn the truth, and you willfully leave and go back out there and sin, Ark. Oh, brother, you think life was hard before you come to the truth? You will be 2 steps away from sticking a gun in your mouth. You'll be 2 steps away from getting that fentanyl and ODing.
That's right.
That's right.
You understand? Right? And what precept in Revelation you could use for this one? That lukewarm. You understand? You lukewarm, he's going to do what? Spew you out. You understand?
Salaka, sir.
Come on.
I got a precept in Luke.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 11, verse 26. Then goeth he and taketh to him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself.
Yes, that's a brother leaving his school. You come in here, you learn, you know what I mean, how to serve the Lord, and then you take yourself up and leave out. When the UPK, when Commander Jerry YAHANNA clean that house, that vessel the Lord gave you, you clean it out, and you decide to leave.
It's lucky, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I have a precept as well.
Hold on. Read on Shabayala.
Khan. And they enter in and dwell there.
And they enter in and what?
And dwell there.
Yeah, they set up shop rent-free inside of you. Rent-free inside of you are them demons, them 7 demons. You understand? Rent-free. Read on.
And the last state of that man is worse than the first.
And the what?
And the last state of that man is worse than the first.
Young man Rico, what is that saying?
So like you said, if I may, it's basically saying that it's like similar to the precept where it says talking about a beast in the kingdom. It's like following the law, statutes, commandments. It's like, how can I say that? It's like the first to none, I guess you could say.
No. Read one more time for him, Shabbat.
Khan, it's the book of Luke, chapter 11, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
Then goeth he and taketh to himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself.
Mm-hmm.
And they enter in and dwell there.
Right. So these 7 spirits, right, enter into the brother that left the truth.
Oh, okay.
Right? The brother that left the truth. Remember, when you come into the truth, you starting to get yourself cleaned up. Cleaned up.
Sir.
And before you know it, them demons gonna leave you. And how you know when the demons leave you?
It's lucky, sir. If you, I would say, it's like, for instance, use a demon. Depression is a demon. For instance, if depression leaves you, it's like you're able to recognize what it is.
Right. And now you don't act depressed. Why? Because you got your brothers and sisters in here. And when the issues, you bring it to your camp leader. You understand? So now there's no reason to keep that demon. You understand? Now you're doing You are what? You are following the laws of the Most High. You understand? You have the what? The Holy Spirit. That vibe that the Lord gave you. You understand? You all understand what I'm saying, right? Right? That vibe. But you leave the school, and he went back out. So you get 7 demons. You know what I mean? They just enter in you, come into you. Now read after the demon part, the 7 demons, Shabayala.
And they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first.
The last state of that man is worse than the what?
Than the first.
Than the first. What does that say? Young man Rico.
First and last. So like you, sir, I would say, honestly, I can't rephrase this. It's basically like you like gain the knowledge in what it's like with the law, statute, commandments, and it's like whether the first or the last commandment you learn about in the truth is like.
No, not quite. Not quite. Let me see. Young man Henry. You want to give it a shot?
It's like it, sir. So when the brother leave the truth, he become 7 times or more worse than he was before he joined the truth.
That's it. Get it, brother hand. That's it. That's it. You understand? That brother, before he came into the truth, yeah, he had demons. But brother, you leave the truth, you worse off than that man that joined the truth in the beginning.
It's like it, sir. That's so heavy because it's like I know either for me when I personally first found out about the truth, it's like I did battle with depression, and it's like it's so heavy because it's like now I'm more aware to what actual demon it is, and like I know I'm more aware of it. Like I come at it.
Now think you leaving the truth, and 7 more demons coming on you. You know what I mean? You gonna need all the help I.S.U.K have, all the tablet I.S.U.K have to suppress them demons. You need 7 tablets for them 7 demons. You understand?
Sir.
Right? You stay in here. You get all the counseling. You give me a call. If you're going through anything, you understand? You go get in contact with YAHANNA. He's in the school down there in Greensboro.
Goldsboro. Sir.
I mean, Goldsboro.
Sir.
You understand? So, and YAHANNA, you get in contact with YAHANNA. YAHANNA will get in contact with me, and we gonna fight together. You understand, Akim? We don't have to fight. You know what I mean? We don't need to fight by ourselves. You know what I mean? Then it won't make no sense. You coming in here to do what? If you got it by yourself. You understand? All right. That was it on that, right?
Sir.
All right. The young man who said he had a he wants to see if there's a precept that he has there. Who it was? Okay.
So like you said.
Come on.
If they don't have that, I still had a question about Christ in the
Romans 10, right? Romans 10 and 4.
Sir.
Yeah. So when you get, you can read it.
You got it. Romans 10. I'll read it. Go ahead. So like Romans chapter 10 and verse 4. For Christ is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believeth.
Okay, what does it? What does that first part mean? Christ is the what?
The end of the law, sir.
What does that mean?
Like sir. It means that if I could, that when we go to follow the law, we have to go to Christ now. We follow after Christ's example.
Salakia.
No, how okay, when a Christian pulled this brother, That what you think they're saying?
The law done away with.
Yeah, but no, you know that's not what it is. Who says Salakia?
Oh, that was Officer Kawhi. I'll wait, sir. My fault.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, Christ, the end of the law for righteousness, pretty much just saying like the punishments of the law, like like to get stoned to death. Christ did stone the woman.
That's it.
Want you to be righteous and put it in our forehead, so we won't even think to look on her to have adultery.
Right. When you see the word law, think the repercussions for what you did. You understand?
Concept.
Right? So read on.
Verse 5. For Moses describeth the righteousness which is of the law.
What is the righteousness of the law? They say Moses described the righteousness of the law.
So like I said, that like scripture to say the law, I mean, the law is our wisdom, it brings life.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
The righteousness of the law would be to not even look at another woman with lust, or to love.
Okay. Let's say Moses. What did Moses do?
Oh, Moses permitted them to well, not permitted, but
okay, when it came to the law, what did Moses say about eating pork?
Moses said it was if you ate pork, you got cut off.
Yes.
Right.
Right. So he described the what? The righteousness of what? The law. If you were gay, what happened to you?
You got put to death.
Yes. You understand? You got that, whatever was in the midst, out. You got rid of it. Putting it to death. Right? Does the Most High want you dead? Or you rather you alive?
Sure, he'd rather have you alive.
Yes, he said a dead lion, a live dog is better than a what? A dead lion. When you're dead, that's it. It's done. Ain't no, you know what I mean? Ain't no, well, I'm gonna change. Yeah, you're gonna change into what? Bones. You're gonna, you know what I mean? You're gonna change back to dust. It's the time done. You understand? Right? Moses was trying to do what? Moses was trying to get you right with the Lord with these laws, so that you see a brother or sister getting stoned for committing this crime. You see a brother or sister getting exiled for going against the Lord. Means what? You should what? You should stop. It will put that brakes on you. Right? Read on.
That the man which doeth these things shall live by them.
Right, that the man that doeth what?
Doeth these things shall live by them.
Right, and remember what Moses described in you all remember in Deuteronomy, right? One of the bedrock scriptures we pull in Deuteronomy, what 28:1 or 28:1. We tell you what, if you were to do the laws of the Lord, what will happen?
We'll be put on high and above all the nations.
Yes. Moses was describing the righteousness of the law. You understand? Right? And if you didn't do it, he described what will happen to you. You understand? The opposite of righteousness. You understand? Read on.
Sir. Verse 6. But the righteousness which is of faith speaketh on this wise. Say not in thine heart, who shall ascend into heaven? Verse
right.
That is to bring Christ down from above.
Right. What is that saying?
Slocky, sir. Pretty much, like to hear Christians always say, "You gonna bust hell wide open, or you ain't gonna make it to heaven." Like fake Israelites, you the 2/3,
right?
Fake Israelites, it's like saying, to bring Christ down, like he said, execute the law, like do what Christ did, like bring him down, which means in our actions, be righteous, love one another. These are things forming these acts here on earth while we're on the ground, like bring Christ down, like a metaphorical sense, like, you know, when he comes to this kingdom, we're going to be practicing these righteous acts, not necessarily, you know, like they would say, like putting you into heaven or hell. Like don't preach those type of things, but be righteous in a sense.
But what do Christians say about Christ coming? What do they say?
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
They say that it's gonna be a great day, and it's like they paint like a happy picture, but it's like it's literally a precept on it too.
Okay. What? Okay. What?
They say like a rapture. Everybody gonna be floated up into space.
No. I don't want to give you it. What you are, that's what Christians say, but I'm talking about on this topic, how it's worded, right? Okay. Christians, right? Do Christians want Christ to come back?
Con, sir. I mean,
No. You're right. They want Christ to come back. They just don't know how he coming back. They just don't know the breakdown. You know what I mean? Don't, you know what I mean? But they do want Christ to come back, right? But what are they doing?
It's like, what are Christians doing?
Yeah.
They're keeping him from coming back.
No. Okay. We know. Okay, you looking at it from your perspective. I'm telling you, put your Christian hat on right now. You're Christian, right? What are you doing for Christ to come back? What's your whole mindset of Christ coming back?
That he's gonna get in the world of evil.
Salaki.
I don't think you might get it. Come on.
You said like, what are you doing in terms of like your perception of Christ coming back? If you're a Christian,
yes,
they're just waiting.
Get that brother a hand. What are you doing for Christ to come back?
Oh, it's a day of atonement, sir.
Yeah, you doing shit. Excuse my French, but you doing stuff. You on what? You on the corner. You speaking on the corner. You understand? You putting your life in danger on the corner. You're not waiting for Christ to come back up. You understand? You're not waiting. You are trying to do what? You are trying for him to look for the Most High to look down and say, yo, they're ready. Go get them. You understand? Go get my people. You understand? You're not waiting. Christians are doing what? Read this over one more time. Who was reading?
Verse 6, Romans chapter 10, verse 6. But the righteousness which is of faith speaketh on this wise. Say not in thine heart, who shall ascend into heaven? That is to bring Christ down from above.
Read on.
Verse 7. Or who shall descend into the deep? That is to bring Christ up. So like it's to bring up Christ again from the dead.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
Verse 8. But what saith it? The word is nigh thee, even in thy mouth and in thy heart. That is the word of faith which we preach.
You understand? Like you're not waiting. You understand? You are going by what? You going by faith. You understand? You are not doing what them Christians doing. You understand? You a Christian quick to say what? They what? They believe in what? They believe in heaven and hell, right? They believe in them things, right? They think Christ in heaven, and he just he just waiting to come back. Christ waiting to come back, you waiting on him to come back. Where's the whole dynamics? Nothing. You understand? But you have faith. You waiting for a black man with an afro to crack that sky and come back and save you. You understand? It's a totally different spirit. You understand? You're not doing what the Christians doing. All right?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
That's so heavy you bring it out too, because just like fake Israelites, yeah, the Old Testament Israelites, which are basically Christians, they share the same sentiments on, oh, why y'all practicing the Feast of the Lord, blowing trumpets, or why y'all doing Day of Atonement? We ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? They, Old Testament Israelites, they don't even pay tithes. They do absolutely nothing. They're waiting on King David to come back from the dead. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Like, they're not doing a damn thing, and they claim to be Israelites to keep the law. They don't even follow the Torah or anything. Same thing as a Christian.
Yeah, I know. Weed is a hell of a drug. Weed is a hell of a drug. And then if you go up to the crack, the cocaine, brother, the Old Testament it is. You ain't falling nothing. Right? Because I sure they ain't chopping heads off. Right? Well, nobody chopping their heads off. But they believe in the Old Testament, right? Give me a break. You ain't no different than a Christian. You choosing what to believe in the Bible. You choosing what's convenient to you. You understand? What's convenient. In other words, the Bible, you're supposed to base your life around the Bible. You understand? But they basing the Bible around their life. Totally different. You understand? If the Bible says don't smoke weed, guess what? We're not reading that. That is not in our doctrine.
Salakia.
You understand? You interpreted it wrong. Come on.
So you're right. They say that to combat that, what you're saying, an Old Testament Israelites are going to say, no, brother. That's because we're still in captivity. The laws don't apply in the land of captivity. They come with that. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess if somebody kick in your door and rape your daughter or your wife, Lord forbid, you can't complain. There's no law against it, right? Yeah. They're just silly. They just want to do whatever they want to do. Lord be with them, though. All right. Any more questions before I jump on the let's go to the what you call it again? To Day of Atonement. So you all know when is Day of Atonement starting?
Sundown tomorrow.
Right. So Maya, you put the text out, right?
Count, sir. It's in the chat, sir.
Right. So any brother in North Carolina, need anything, have any questions on the feast days, the high holy days, get in contact with Maya, right? He's your brother over the Sabbath service and high holy days, right? For North Carolina. Okay. Now, with that being said, so sundown, we're gonna start sundown tomorrow. So sundown tomorrow, what happens?
It's like it, sir.
It's
no food to drink.
Yes, no food.
For sundown to
no
sundown.
water. Right? No food, no water. Right? How does the Bible say to do it? When you fast. Give me that precept. What Christ said to do for fasting. All right. I think it's Matthew 6. I'm not too sure. Well, find it for me. All right. So now who can do it? Who cannot do it? Pregnant woman don't do it. Go ahead.
Pregnant women, I believe women who are nursing, elderly,
yes,
people who are on medication. They got to take certain medication, need to eat with their medication. Children as well.
Yes,
are all exempt from it.
Yes. All right. If you're unsure, if you're exempt from it, give me a call. Before sundown tomorrow, if you're not sure. All right. Correct. All right. And now is sundown Tuesday to when?
6 to 16. Yep.
Sundown when?
Sundown Wednesday, sir.
Yes. And now you realize what I'm saying, right? I'm saying sundown to sundown, right?
Khan, sir.
Now you have, the Esau, you go online, he might give you the approximate time for sunset to From sunrise to sunset. All right. What you're looking for is sundown to what? Sunset. All right. No, sun. I'm messing it up, right? Sundown to sundown. All right. Sundown to sundown. That's what you're looking for. Looking for when the sun go down. All right. No food, no water. All right. What was the question the sister had on it again?
Con, sir. Salakia. The sister said, Salakia, sir, it's my first time fasting for the Day of Atonement. Day of Atonement, could you give me advice on how to manage and what will happen if someone who is fasting is to fail?
Come on. Give me from Christ. Anybody pull Christ on us yet?
Come on, sir. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 16. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites.
Be not as the what?
The hypocrites.
And to be specific, be not as the what?
Christianity, sir.
As your Christians, your Muslims. Don't be like them. Right, read on.
Come on. Of a sad countenance. For they disfigured their faces.
So now, sis, what you don't want to do is, once you go on that fast, you start that fast, right? You don't want to have a what?
Disfigure their faces.
You want? How do you disfigure your face?
Salaki, sir, you appear to people as like you're suffering because you're not.
Yes. Yeah, you right? All the other days you're smiling, you're happy, you're jolly. But today you're sulking. You understand? Your face all, you know what I mean? You can see in your face that you're struggling with something. You understand? You don't want to disfigure your face. Right, read on.
Come. That they may appear unto men to fast.
That they may appear unto what? Unto men, meaning unto people. You know what I mean? People in the world, like you're fasting. So now guess what they're going to have to do? Hey, you okay, brother? You okay? You know what I mean? I know I'm accustomed seeing you, you know what I mean, lively and smiling. What's going on today? Well, I'm just fasting, man. Ain't no, bro. Nigga, you a hypocrite.
Right.
Salakia.
Come on.
Also making Facebook posts and tweeting about it all day long too.
Yeah. Taking, you know what I mean? All over the internet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Trying to show that, you know what I mean, that you're doing this. You don't need to do that. That's why. Because the Christians, they do it. And Christ speaking against Christians right now. Read on.
Come. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
Right? What is their reward? Okay, add one. What's their reward?
Slakia, sir. Punishment from the Most High.
What's their reward?
It's like they can make glory from men, you know, because man gonna look upon them and be like, oh, you so holy, you doing something that I couldn't do, XYZ. You understand? So they get their glory from the men that's around them or the people that's looking at them.
Yes, that's the glory.
So like this.
Come on.
So they basically want to be exalted.
Yes, they want to be looked at as being holy, as being righteous. So whatever they gain from people, or as the Bible says, men, the reward, that's their reward. People looking at them and saying, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? Everything okay? Yeah, I'm good. I'm just fasting. Oh, you good, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. For how long? Just for a day. Just for a day. Oh, you go strong. That's your reward.
Salakia.
Come on.
Also, like with the Muslims, they'll take their shoes and socks off and lay down on their little Aladdin rug just so people can see them.
Yeah. Yep. You understand? But now Christ is going to tell you how to do it.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
It's like I was just gonna ask, would that be similar with a precept? I don't know exactly what it is. I'm paraphrasing. Would it be similar to the one that talks about like when you pray? You know what I'm saying? Like go into your closet. You know what I'm saying? Until
That's in this same chapter.
Come on.
Yeah, that's in this same chapter. This is him breaking it down. You know what I mean? How to go about, you know what I mean, not being a Christian, basically. This is, you know what I mean, not being a Christian 101. You understand? When you pray, you go into your closet, meaning don't pray for everybody to see like you're praying and then in 2 seconds a blunt in your mouth. You understand? Or that weed, you can't wait to finish saying, you know what I mean, praying, and then that weed, you're gonna roll it up. You know what I mean? Lick it and then smoke it. You understand? You're a hypocrite. All right, you're a Christian. Read on.
Verse 16. But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thine head and wash thy face.
You understand? What is he trying to explain to you here? Come on.
So like I said, basically like go on with your day. Like don't, change really nothing about besides eating and drinking. Like, you still washing your face and putting oil on your head and things like that. Like don't kind of feel like you're not fasting, sir. So like
that's it. He wants you looking, you know what I mean, like this is a normal day at the job. It's a normal day at the job. Ain't nothing different. Your face, you know what I mean, looking good. You ain't looking dry. Your lips ain't looking, you know what I mean, like you just come out the Sahara Desert. You understand? It ain't dry and you know what I mean, peeling. You understand? So your breath ain't smelling like a coffin. You understand? Like a sepulcher.
So like I said. So like, could you say like because of course people who do that, of course, fasting for a day or whatever their fast is, people who do that tend to do it so that people can have pity and have remorse and feel sorry for them. Could you say that when you do that, it's taken away the remorse, or I don't want to say remorse or pity, but it's taken away from what you should be feeling sorry for, which is what Christ went through, what he had to go through, and now his focus is on me and me because I can't eat, instead of the reason why we're doing it. Could you say that, Salaki?
What does the Bible call what Yermak just explained there? Huh?
So like sir, would it be afflicting your soul?
No. Come stick with me. Stick with me. I carry you all in the forest and some of you all wander off. Come on.
Hypocrisy, sir?
No. We just read it. It starts with an R.
So like sir, your reward?
Yeah, from men. What he just described as a reward from men. They're looking at you and pitying you. That's a reward. You understand? As you said, they're defeating the purpose. The purpose is not for them. The purpose is for who?
For Christ, sir.
Yes, more so you to the Lord. You understand? You know, trying to atone for what?
Your sin, sir.
Yes. This is you and the Lord now. This has nothing to do with you and Tyrone and Pookie seeing you on the block and saying, "What's up, man? You okay, man?" You understand? This ain't for them. And this is between you and the Most High. You understand? And you better do it. You understand?
So like I said, okay, so let's say like a brother, so let's say it's their first time holding the Day of Atonement. Of course, when we fast, you don't go and just Hey, Slocky Thought, I just wanted to let you know I'm fasting for 3 days without drinking liquor or something like that. You won't tell them because between you and the Lord. But what if like a brother?
No. Hold on. You talking about fasting for 3 days?
Like I was giving an example for your fast, meaning we don't
Okay,
go.
I just letting you all know if you're going to fast for 3 days, you better come to our priest and let him know first.
Come, sir.
All right, you know what I mean. Come to me and let me know. You understand?
Come. But it's like so if for the Day of Atonement, what if like say a brother's mother asked him why you ain't eating dinner today, or why you not eating breakfast, or why you not doing this? Would it be a sin for them to say because it's the Day of Atonement and I'm fasting? Or could
it's nigh on to that because you're gonna get a reward. You understand? So what you should say is, no, I'm good. I'm good, Mom. I'm good. I just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'll eat later. I'm good. You understand? You don't want nobody to, you know what I mean, pity you. Or you could say, well, today is the Day of Atonement, and you know what I mean, and today we fasting for 24 hours. So I'll eat when the sun go down. Thank you, Mom. And I'll leave it as that. You understand?
All
right. But you don't have to, you know what I mean, go wrong. You know what I mean? If your mom ain't asking nothing, you don't have to be like, well, Mom, I'm fasting today. I'm fasting today. You don't have to cook me anything. This is that the other. Today's Day of Atonement isn't. She come to you and she see her and she say, I see you ain't going to the kitchen. You didn't eat nothing for the day. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm gonna eat when the sun go down. And if she presses, you explain it to her. Right? Use that as a, you know, I mean, a basically what you call a teaching moment to explain to her that all Israelites should be doing this.
So like,
come on.
One more question regarding the Day of Atonement. Like, now I know it's for adults and brothers and sisters who may not have no, known ailments or things like that. But what if a brother is like, or a sister is like to the point where she like feeling like she about to drop dead if she don't get a crumb of something to eat? Like, is that something that she should call for counsel, or does she have to go to the hospital before they say, she gonna die if she don't eat something, or is that something she got to fight through and just not eat?
Okay, no, okay. If that sister or brother don't have a medical issue, then not eating for a day will not put you in that type of situation. The only way you can be put in that type of situation is if you have an ailment. If you have an ailment that is requiring you to eat and take your medication, you know what I mean, then you should come and get counsel first. You understand? Before you even try it. You understand? All right? But, you know what I mean, she's not obligated, he or she's not obligated to do it if he or she has an ailment, some affliction. As Sabo say, you're pregnant woman who breastfeeding, you're elderly, your children, and people who have some type of ailment, they're exempted from doing the fast. You understand? So if you know you're taking some medication, the doctor say you have to take this every day at this time, or else you are going to die, or you will have to go to the hospital, then you should, before the Day of Atonement come, you should have already spoken to your doctor and say, you know what, I'm planning on fasting this, that, the other. If I don't take this for this day, am I going to, you know, I mean, what could happen to me? And if you say you could die, then guess what? You better take that tablet. You better take that medication. You understand?
Sir.
All right. Now, for those of you who are able to do it, you better not drink no water. You better not even swallow your Listerine or your toothpaste. You better not swallow it. You understand? Or else, guess what you just did?
So,
yes. And the Lord gonna come see you on it. Because now you're what? Shabbat, now you're what?
Salakia, willfully sinning?
Yes, you because you know what? You knew about it. you know what Day of Atonement is about now. You know what I mean? Now, if you didn't tune in here tonight and you didn't know, maybe the Lord, you know what I mean, might, you know what I mean, wink his eye, you know what I mean, at your stupidity, but not now. You in here and you listening to this class right now, you better fast. You understand? Keep holy water. I don't care if you had right now, if you had a plan on taking holy water and putting it in your car somewhere, you know what I mean, putting a note on the fridge. Do not open Day of Atonement. You better put that note.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Could I put it in layman's terms?
Go ahead.
If you're a man, let's go for women and men, but if you're a man and you take a drink on and you know about the Day of Atonement, you'll put a rod in your mouth.
Yes.
You will do it.
You understand? You can't fire. That might be too deep for you. You understand? But in other words, you are going to be a sinner. You understand? You ain't gonna know how to fight. Why do you fast? What does fasting do?
Salaki, sir.
Uh-huh.
It makes you stronger, sir.
Okay, when I say make you stronger, break it down for me. What do you mean by make you stronger?
Salaki, sir, like
meaning I could go in the gym now and lift up all the weights?
sir.
What do you mean?
Like for a brother, like when the disciples couldn't heal the boy who was sick, but Christ could, and Christ told him it came from much prayer and much fasting that he
right.
could fight.
So what does fasting do? Strengthens what?
Your spirit, sir.
That's it. It strengthens your spirit. There's always a battle between what? Your flesh and your what? Your spirit. You understand?
Sir.
You fast so that your spirit gets what? Stronger than your what? Your flesh. You understand? Now you're able to control your flesh. Come on, Tabawan.
Like I said, if I could, I was gonna say that's so heavy because you know what I'm saying, piggybacking on what Officer by Allah was saying, what you bringing out, because it's like General Muhammad said in his class the other day, it's like, you know what I mean, like how could you expect brothers and sisters in the world to stop smoking crack when you can't even put bacon down? You know what I'm saying? You can't even put a pork chop down. Like you going to sin against the Lord over pork chops. But here in I.S.U.P.K, we showing, you know what I'm saying, not like, you know, trying to get pity from people, but we showing that we love the Lord by saying we're gonna afflict our souls. We're not gonna eat nothing. We're not even gonna drink something that your body needs. Your body needs water. You can only go like 72 hours without water before you die. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna do every single year to show. You know what I mean, this is what we're willing to do for Christ.
And Salaki, Tabawan, how much is 72 hours?
3 days.
Yeah. So before you do that, you better come get some counseling.
Come on.
All right, well, go ahead.
That's it, sir.
All right. So you can't expect your cousin Tyrone to put the blunt down, and you can't put the pork chops down. You understand? He ain't gonna do it because he see how weak you are. He see how lustful you are. You understand? Let's expect your cousin to change or your mom to change if you're a sister in this school and you can't even fast. You can't, you can't go 1 day without water, 24 hours without water.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Can I use this precept in the book of Matthew to help you?
Fayetteville. Calm down. Come on.
So, can I use this precept in Matthew chapter 4, verse 3 through 4?
Go ahead, read it.
It says, and when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. Verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
All right. What you put in this to show?
Like here, because of course Christ was being tempted to eat because he was fasting. And
Yes.
so now we are going to be tempted to eat tomorrow during our fast, but we know that eating isn't going to keep us alive, but serving the Most High will.
Yes. You understand? That's the mindset to have, and that's a perfect scripture, you understand, to show Christ came to show us how to what? How to do the laws, how to do the Day of Atonement. You understand? The mindset to be in. You understand? You all there?
Sir.
Right? Right? So that's what the Lord came to do. I mean, Christ, he came to show you how to do it. You read that whole I think up to verse 8, where he just, you know what I mean, where Christ, he's fasting for what, 40 days and 40 nights. You understand? And now he is basically trying to show you what? That the tempter, he's gonna come. Satan coming. Satan gonna be like, you don't have to do this. Just sip some water. Don't worry about what Shabbat say. You will not do that. Just sip. You understand? He doesn't know what he's talking about. Just one sip. Nobody gonna know. Who gonna know? Nobody. But guess what? The Lord gonna see her. He gonna know. You understand? And he gonna come to you. You know what I mean? He gonna judge your base off of that. All right. Any more questions? Check with the sister and see if that's good enough. If that's good enough, tab one. Let's type it in. All right. Any more questions?
Slack out on one.
Come on.
If I could get a breakdown on Romans chapter 13, verse 1 and 2, Baba Kasha.
Go ahead.
Come on, Slack. This is the book of Romans chapter 13, verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. Mm-hmm. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High.
What is that saying?
So like you said, we'll just be talking about, like, you know, the higher powers. It's talking about, you know, the ones that, like, Esau, the ones that owns the, you know, the oil and things of that such.
You can use it for that. Yes. Yeah, you understand? Yes. Who's in authority right now? It's just like, you know what I mean, like the police. He is what? He has a higher power. You can't go up locking people for committing crimes. You have to do what? You're gonna have to do what? Pick the phone up and what? Call the cops. You understand? You can't go, you know what I mean? How to put it? Yeah, let's lock somebody up for committing a crime. You can't do that. That's for them. They have that power to do it. You understand? You can't go into a court and tell a judge, no, I'm the judge. No, you hear me. I'm going to do this, that, the other. He's going to put you in prison. He's going to give you a fine you can't even pay, where you have to go to prison. You understand? Just think any you know what I mean, anybody in position, you know what I mean, like in a seat of power. Guess what? What happened? What does it say?
So like I said, it says to the higher power, for there is no power but of the Most High.
Right. There's no power but the Most High. But what again does it say? What's the last part?
So like so it says the powers that be are ordained of the Most High.
What does it mean by it's ordained of the Most High?
So like I said, if I may, it's like the Most High has set these people in their respective places.
Yes, that's it. He put them in respective places. You want to know why Esau is over us? Because the Lord have it like that. Come on.
That's like in Job. I think Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Yes. Correct. Right. And a good one also too is with the conversation that Christ was having with Pilate. You remember the conversation Christ was having with Pilate? When Christ said, I'll paraphrase it. When Christ said, that basically that he was given power because of the Lord. And if it was, if the Lord wanted, he could have sent an army to get Christ if he wants to. You remember the conversation with Christ and Pilate? When Pilate asked him who he is.
Sir.
And he cried, and Pilate said, they say you're the king of the Jews. You don't remember?
Sir.
Somebody look for it for me.
Sir. I think it's John 18 and 38.
Come on, read it.
What is this is John chapter 18, verse 37. Pilate, I'll read 36. Yahweh shall answer, my kingdom is not of this world.
My what?
My kingdom is not of this world.
This kingdom is not of this world, but read on.
If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight.
Right. You understand? Read on.
That I should not be delivered to the Jews, but now is my kingdom not from hence. Verse 37. Pilate therefore said unto him, art thou a king then? Yahushua answered, thou sayest that I am a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Everyone that is of the truth heareth my voice.
You understand? You understand what Christ basically telling them, you know what I mean? The Lord gave you the power right now. But if, you know what I mean, the Lord had it any other way, he would send his what? He would send his warriors, his angels to get Christ. You understand?
Sir.
So he was in what? He was in a what? Quadam. Pilate was in a what?
So I guess there a higher power.
Yes. So read verse 13 one more time.
You said verse Quadam, sir?
Yeah, Quadam. 13 and 1.
So I guess the book of Romans chapter 13, verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
Right. And what does it mean to be a subject unto the higher power?
So like I said, it would be more so like obedience. Like, so again, like we know when like you brought out with the cops, like when they come, instead of trying to buck at the cops, if they ask for your license, just give them your license. They ask, I can't think of the word, start with a C. I can't think, not combat, comply, kind of the water, sir. Basically comply with the, higher up or the authority, sir.
Yes. All right. Now, also too, you pay taxes. You better pay taxes. You understand? If the law is to pay a tax, you better pay a tax. Right? Be subject unto your what? To your higher power. All right.
Come on. If I may, go ahead.
So like I said, if I may, what I was gonna ask too, they use this scripture to say, the law of the land. So I was talking to somebody, they was talking about this, they were using this as the law of the land, saying, when we say sex is marriage, they're saying, the higher powers are saying that you're supposed to walk and have a holy matrimony and have a ceremony, a marriage like the Christians do. So this is why I was kind of asking more so a breakdown.
Does the law of the land say you have to have a Christian wedding?
No, sir.
It doesn't say that. The law just say you're only able to marry one woman on paper. Then do that. Then do that. If you want to, you don't have to. You understand? Come on. Now, if you don't do it, are you breaking the law?
No, sir.
Right, you ain't breaking no law. Right. Who was saying Salakia?
What was the top one, sir?
Come on.
So I was just gonna say, like fake Israelites, what I'm saying, love to use scriptures like that, just like the Christians that they are, to try to say you gotta have a marriage license and all that. I say, well, you gotta obey the law of the land. The law of the land does not say that a man has to marry, a woman on paper. The law of the land in no way, shape, or form negates the laws of God. You know what I'm saying? So for them to say you got to obey the law of the land, well, the law of the land says 2 men can get married. So does that mean that we're going to allow that and two gay men to come into the school? Because
no. I ask them if they're going to marry a man.
Right. You obey the law of the land, right?
Just ask them, you going to marry a man? The Lord of the land say you can marry a man. You going to marry a man? So if you don't marry a man, you're wrong. And guess what the bastard going to say? No. Well, I ain't wrong for having more than one woman, right? I ain't wrong for having no woman, right?
Salaki, sir. Could we get a little clarification as far as, because IUIC uses the same scripture for incidents like Trayvon Martin. They say to hell with Trayvon Martin. He resisted the white man power. He should have stopped when that white man said to listen or to stop. And so when that white man George Zimmerman shot that boy Trayvon Martin, Trayvon Martin is at fault because the white man is the power. And so can we get a breakdown on cutting that, Slacker?
Okay. Now with Trayvon Martin and you can see what you know what I mean, him Zimmerman. You use him and you can use a ton other brothers to prove that it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? This has nothing to do with that. The scripture has nothing to do with that. Your so-called oppressor is the devil. The Bible says he is what? He is a cunning hunter. You understand? He is a cunning hunter. Now, read this over one more time for me.
Common Concert, this is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
Right. Read on.
For there is no power of the for there is no power but of the Most High.
Right. So in other words, this is not just an individual they're speaking about. You know what I mean? They're thinking like an individual, just like a Caucasian person. This is not an individual. You understand? An individual, that's not what he's talking about. You understand? Now, when it comes to Trayvon Martin, right? What did it say about Trayvon Martin? He should have what? Listened to Zimmerman?
Khan, they say that they first of all they disrespect him by mispronouncing his name on purpose, and then they say that Trayvon Martin, who the hell cares about Trayvon Martin? He should have resisted that white man power. He should have listened when that white man said to stop. That's why he died. So why do we care about Trayvon Martin? That's what they
right.
Say.
So what about Philando Castillo? You remember Philando Castillo? Did he resist the policeman?
Sir.
No, he did not resist, and he got what?
Murdered.
Right? The brother in South Carolina that got shot 8 times in his back. Did he resist the policeman? He just ran. He ran and got shot in his back 8 times. You understand? This has nothing to do with that. What he talking about, resisting the power. This has to do with, you know what I mean? Just think on a larger scale.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
If I may, Adawan, this would it. I was just talking over some high about this, but this be more like them stupid blackity blacks and like Moors who say I'm a sovereign entity. The U.S. Constitution doesn't apply to me. Don't touch my person and all that garbage, and then they get tased in their neck.
Yes. Yes.
Lucky, sir.
You understand? Like you using it for like this one individual. You understand? When it has nothing to do with Trayvon Martin resisting Zimmerman. What power Zimmerman had?
Right. Nothing, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? Was he a cop? It wasn't a cop. It's the same thing with the brother who got killed for playing loud music. You understand? Are you going to say he resists the power? So I guess the person with the gun, he has the power. You're stupid. A gun don't mean you have the power. You understand? Think bigger than that. Come on.
Salaki, sir. I got a precept, if I may.
Go ahead.
And it's in Matthew 22 and 21 when it was saying, render unto Caesar what's Caesar's, and render unto the Lord what's the Lord. That's the type of power.
Yes, that's the type of power you're talking about. You understand? Come on.
It's like it too, sir. You're so right when you say, that Trayvon Martin situation is George Zimmerman was not a police officer. He was a regular evil devil pedestrian patrolling a neighborhood to catch Negroes or somebody looking suspicious. The IUIC took down all those videos off YouTube with them in the street saying damn Trayvon Martin because they came up on criticism from Christians and regular civilians of how wrong they were. And not only did it take, it's hard to even find that video now. And I'll be brief too. IUIC don't even believe that Trayvon Martin should have stopped. They take this scripture and try to say that because the Most High that the world is given to the hands of the wicked, they use that, and it's not talking about the average white Joe, because even at their camps, the white man tells them to shut up. They don't shut up.
Right.
They don't be quiet and pack them and go home.
They don't resist the power.
Right. They don't resist the power when Martin come out there and tell them to go home, get a job and go home, they keep talking. So they're hypocrites, they're lying, they just hate other black people, and they want to demonize Trayvon Martin because of what, the image of the hoodie and their clean cut, shaved face, purple. They just hate their own people. But that video's been taken down and reported through IOIC. They don't even use it. They told all their members to take it down, and you see it reported.
So they joining the power.
Okay. Our brother here, I'm Judah, saying it's still on YouTube. That they could keep that up, but this year, read one more time. Read verse 2. Kodam.
Come on, this is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 2. Whosoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the ordinance of the Most High.
You understand? This talking about your oppressor over you. You understand what I'm saying? He is over you. You understand? Your oppressor. This entire nation. You understand? And it's not just talking about, you resisting is you not paying you're not paying the taxes. You resisting the what? You resisting the powers. Guess what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna get locked up. You're selling crack, cocaine, fentanyl. You're doing weed. Guess what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna get what? Locked up. Right? Read on.
Come. And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
And they that resist going to receive what? They're going to receive prison time. They might even die in the process. You understand? Right? You fit in to have a shootout with the cop. Esau, he could do it. He could have a shootout with the cops. You remember them kids who the cornered in the house, and the cops and them just let them, empty the clip without even shooting back. I don't know if you all remember that story. Some young oppressors.
Come on. It's like, if I may, sir.
Come on.
Yeah, them kids was like 12, 11 years old. Like some ridiculously young age. They was barely even, I don't think they was teenagers yet, having a full-blown, Michael Bay movie shootout with the police. And it was like a standoff for like 10 hours.
You understand? They could resist their power. Brother, you go do that. Guess what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna get holes in you. And I don't know if you all remember also too with the I think it was a couple, and I forget what state it was in, and a cop got up on the car and was shooting in. That cops on the outside shooting into the car. Yeah. They shot. There was 100 and some bullets. That car was riddled with bullets. You understand what I'm saying?
Concept. Was
riddled. Was they doing something wrong? No. You understand? Which goes to show you this ain't. Don't think individual. Think as a nation. Think like that. You understand? You go picking up guns. You telling people we're going to get guns and we're going to form a militia and we're going to fight the government. Guess what's going to happen to you?
They're going to get bombed, sir.
What did the scripture say? They're going to heap to themselves what?
Damnation, sir.
Damnation. What is damnation? Look it up.
Salakia, sir. Damnation, condemnation to eternal punishment.
That's it on that. Any more definition?
Like that's all I got. Sir.
I say what eternal judgment.
Slocky, sir. Expressing anger or frustration.
Damnation.
Concert.
Any more?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
I have the root word of it is damn in the verb in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. It says to condemn to a punishment or fate, especially to condemn to hell.
You understand? Meaning what? You're gonna face what? The wrath. You know what I mean? You know how to use the word hell when they say you're in hell. What does that mean?
Like, sir, you're in a terrible condition.
Yeah, you're in a bad state. You understand? When you're in that prison ark, you locked up and you're facing what? 20 to life. You're in a bad place.
It's sluggish, sir.
Come on.
Would Ecclesiasticus 9 and 13 go along with the context of this as well?
Come on, I'm here.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9, verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that have the power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death.
Yes, I'll take that. And how do you keep thee far from the man that have power to kill?
Like, sir. By following the counsel of the I.S.U.P.K, the Commander General YAHANNA.
I'll take that. You understand? I'll take that. But by being what? Righteous. By you looking and seeing what? That you're supposed to be what? Separate from these people, from these heathens, and what? You stay separate from them. Am I saying don't go to work? Go to work. But after work, you go home. You go back to your brothers and sisters. You understand? You want to marry a woman, you marry a black woman, a Hispanic, or a Native Indian woman. You want to marry a man, you marry a black man, a Hispanic man, or a Native Indian man. You understand?
Sir.
Right? You keep the far from the man that have power to what? To kill. Because read on Padam.
Come on, sir. Verse 3, sir. Come on, verse 3. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil.
But to what?
But to the evil.
In here, we don't have to worry about them thing. We don't have to worry about, you know what I mean, some cup kicking in your door. Now, could it happen? It could happen. But bet your bottom dollar, we're going to court. You understand? We're going to take him to his same judicial system. You understand? He's not a terror to good works. He's not. So you're not selling drugs. You're not, you know what I mean? You're not being a dick. You know what I mean? You're not out there trying to, you know what I mean, trying to solicit a prostitute. You're not doing that. You understand?
So like
you're not eating pork. Come on.
So is that because you say, like, after all of the movements that black people have had, Black Panther Party, all of the militias that we've, you know, seen in history, we've seen how long they lasted, and yet the I.S.U.P.K is here lasting 54 years, and we've never been raided by the FBI because they don't even bother us because we don't break the law, sir.
Yeah, that's it. Right? They say for rulers are what? Not terror to good works. We out there trying to do what? We're trying to get black people to stop doing what? Committing crimes against the Lord. When you stop committing crimes against the Lord, you basically will not get in trouble with the law in America or any place, anywhere on this planet Earth you go. You follow these laws of the Bible, you'll be straight. You understand?
Come, sir.
Read on.
Come. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that
Will you not be a what?
Afraid of the power?
Mm-hmm.
Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same.
You understand? Do that which is what?
Which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same.
You understand? Just do that which is good, and you shall have praise of the what? Of the same. Meaning, people are going to praise you for doing good. You know, right now, people looking at the I.S.U.P.K under a microscope. They're looking. What are they looking for?
So like you said,
Uh-huh.
in the world, they waiting for us to they looking for that charge to come up that says I.S.U.P.K was laundering millions of dollars of drug money.
Yes, they're looking for something evil to say about the truth. You understand? They're looking. You understand? Lord be with them. Keep on looking. I hope your time don't run out looking.
You
understand? You look. All right? So this year has nothing, this year, you know what I mean, has nothing to do with George Zimmerman. I should say Trayvon Martin. And nothing to do with that brother. That brother was killed because Trayvon Martin, because Zimmerman is the devil the Bible speaks of. You understand? Now, could it have stopped? How Trayvon Martin would have been able to save his life?
Uh-huh. He would have to follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
That's it. He couldn't save his life then and there because the preparation to do that was not being done. You understand? It was not being done. You understand? And I pray that don't happen to any one of us. We preparing right now. You come in the class. Is you preparing on that day? If something like that is to happen to you, the Lord is with you. You understand? You understand? Ain't no gun on your hip gonna stop you if you're smoking weed. If you're sinning. You understand? Ain't no about black belt, the karate. None of that gonna save you on the day. You understand? None of that gonna save you. You know what I mean? You are a 10. What is that? Some black belt from the Dragon School. That ain't gonna save you on that day. You understand? You better come in here and learn how to serve the Lord. Learn how to, you know what I mean? Learn how to be a brother. Learn brotherhood. That's gonna save you. That's gonna save you in them time. You understand? Outside of that, brother, I mean, Lord still ought to be with you. You know what I mean? Even with the brothers out there in the world. All right? And just like the brother who got killed recently, PNB Rock. I want to mess the brother name up. It's PNB.
PNB Rock, sir.
Yeah, him. You understand? Like he had to, you know what I mean, save his life before. Should I get with them brothers in Philly before? With the U.P.K in Philly before? With the U.P.K out there in LA in California before?
So like
he would have been able to go in Roscoe's and eat his chicken without having any issues. You understand?
Sir.
All right. Any more questions before we end it there? I ain't getting to stop it, man. Come on.
I know if you want to hit on the other rapper Coolio. Coolio passed away.
I don't know the what you call that? How he died?
So like it's a heart attack.
From drugs or just a heart attack?
I don't know the story on it, Salaki.
Yeah, so I don't really know the story. I know he died, but I don't know the story on it. You understand? I really don't know the story on it. All right, but no, if it's a heart attack, you know what I mean? You know what? Still, the Lord did what? He took him out. Ain't no getting around it. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't no getting around it. Any one of us could go, you know what I mean, like that. You know what I mean? You don't pray for it, but who knows? You better be in here, what? Preparing, trying to do what? You trying to do what? Bring Christ down. You ain't waiting on him. You understand? Akim, you're with me, right? All right. All right. Any more questions? Who's the guard for Fayetteville?
I got another one.
Okay. All right. So you'll make sure, right, tomorrow, sundown, starting. All right. No water, no food. All right. From sundown Tuesday. Say no water, no food, nothing. Right. For the Wednesday class. Right, brothers and sisters, you all could bring something to eat to break the fast. All right, once the sun goes down. Okay?
Come on, sir.
And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Kodam.
Men of Israel, Majin gonna cap a salute. Israel, we're gonna render one courteous salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Majin Shabbat, Majin, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Brakathah.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Brakathah.
Yahya Matah, Sar, return and face the sisters. Sisters of Majin, if you're in the class. Men of Israel, we're gonna render one courteous salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Majin Shabbat, Majin, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahya Matah. Then we're gonna do these announcements. You want to do the announcements? Okay, come on. This is I.S.U.P.K. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street under Commander General YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes, when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 month period. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3, 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation is the Day of Atonement, where you can find it in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, 26th verse through the 32nd verse. It will be tomorrow at sundown all the way until Wednesday sundown. It says, to remind brothers and sisters to, check on the bulletin boards, man, of the things coming up. I think, what is it? The cookout in Houston coming up, just different events. October 27th, to the 30th Comic-Con, sir. And then check your bulletin boards and tune in to all, the Black Watch and everything we got going on, man, social media. It says if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, we're not gonna do the prayers together. Okay, class is missed. Most of our